I didn't think I would ever say this. Live from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Unbelievable, unbelievable. The very first year I'm giving here in the house of Jackie Stern and what's your name? The son. Yes? Tuvia. And Yoni. Mamash Yeshivalite. B'nai Torah. One thing I was very impressed by is that the people here look normal. I don't know if they act normal. They all look normal. It's a very, very big schus to be here. I'm literally right off the plane. I came from Chicago. We had a 10-hour delay. And instead of having the night flight, I got a day flight. I'm not complaining. I'm here. Got off the plane. The airport is something else. We'll talk about it a different time. But I'm here in Brazil. It's lo yu'umen ki super. There's people that are part of this year. I have to say, before anything, there's a person here in the room that's with us for 7 years, Kemat. Chesky Rosenberg, right? Yeah. Let me just turn the camera for a second. Reb Chesky, Shalom Aleichem. Mamish. Also, Ben Torah, Melamed and Cheder, and the whole thing, Gevaldik, right? You still Melamed? Yeah. Gevaldik. Chesky, I never asked you this question. Did it change you? I know that you're a Ben Torah and you're a fruma guy and you didn't have any problems putting on film, but did it change you in anything? No, seriously, I never asked you. This is not a trick question.
It changed very much.
In what way?
All the ways. I have a kavias and I have a clock and I do 3 times a day because I do the shir, then I do the chavrusa, then it has over. It's the whole thing in my life changed.
Wow. We never spoke about this, and it's a good thing I asked you. Siyata d'shmaya. You could have said no. And Jackie, say Shalom Aleichem, so the Olam sees you. Okay, good.
It's a big schus for us.
It's a schus to be here. I hope the Olam understands English. And you guys speak Portuguese, right? Is it even similar to Spanish?
Yeah.
Yeah, you say gracias, that kind of thing?
Very similar.
Okay. Gewaldig. Okay, so we're here, and it's late. What time is it here?
11:15.
11:15 at night, and there's a beautiful olam. And in the style of MDY, we have some Hasidim, some non-Hasidim, some in between, Kippas Rugaz, not Kippas Rugaz, we have everything. MDY is a Mekar of Achtos. You come to the Beis Medrash, you'll see things there that you've never seen in your life. We have Yerushalmi Yidden, Mamish, with the whole Shemoni Begadim, sitting next to Chayalim with guns and everybody's best friends. Why? We come and we learn Torah every day. All right, just a few videos that we got.
1, 2 y 3.
Buenos días, Rabotai.
There's these guys here in Brazil. There's a guy in Eretz Yisrael, Yossi Adel. Wow, it's interesting stuff. He's putting out the watering system. In Eretz Yisrael, I mean, it's not staged or anything like that. This is it's not muvuyam. He's eating grapes. I didn't see this.
כאן בשומרון, אבל אנחנו לא מדברים על ערבים, חבר'ה. מחר מתחילים פרק כל הבוסה בכל הבא. למדנו את גדעונו שמסיימים היום בעזרת השם. הבויסאי, איזה גשמק, בקושי התחלנו חולים,
This guy's a Satmar Chassid who enjoying life.
עם ההסבר והכיף, הגשמק שמכניס ברור רבי אלי בשיעורים, עם הסרטונים והמחשות, לא הרגשנו, אלי טרבס עבר ככה, כמו כלום עבר. רבו ישי, זה הזמן להצטרף, רבו ישי. לא לחכות לרגע האחרון, תצטרפו עוד יום בדרך. אגב, כל מי שלמד השבוע, שבוע שעבר פרשת ראי, איזה כיף היה. חצי מחולין היה בפרשה. אם לא יותר. רבו ישי, איזה כיף זה. חבר'ה, אז תצטרפו עוד היום לחולין, לפרק הדף האחרון של גדעונו, שמחר כל הבוסו, והרבו ישי ביטוי איתנו ביחד בסיום ערב יום כיפר. דרך אגב, חבר'ה, מי שנמצא במוקד 10 פעם נכנס להגרלה, מי שמסמן נכנס להגרלה, רבו ישי, איזה כיף, איזה גשמק, רבו ישי. להצטרף לחולין, יום טוב.
גם בשביל התפוזים, רבי יוינה ברנשטיין, בסניף. What sniff is he? Bernstein. Doesn't say what it is.
Probably.
Sniff Adegel, maybe. Bitar. He's from Bitar. Noam Frey is still in Austria doing the daf. We're doing English now? I forgot what we're doing. Okay, yeah. Confused. People send in their... Okay, what is this? Oh, this is a very... I love when he writes me text message. I hope he lets me read it. This is from Yaakov Shafnes. Dear Rebelli, it's been a few weeks already, and I honestly can't tell you how deeply I miss you. I find myself talking to you all the time, answering questions during the shir, translating when you get stuck, even if you can't hear me back. He's out. He sits right over here in the Hebrew shir, and when I don't have the right word, I say it in English, and he tells me the thing. I know you're either on your way to Brazil or already there, which is just incredible. Watching your journey from afar has been amazing. By the way, seeing Yellowstone through your eyes fulfilled a huge item on my personal bucket list. I'm still working on convincing my wife. Seeing that sheer Maisa Brachus is truly inspiring. While we miss your physical presence tremendously, we actually want you to take these trips. We want you to take these trips. We know just how vital this time is for you and your family. Even with the demanding schedule of traveling, seeing family, reconnecting and experiencing these awe-inspiring places gives you a whole new dynamic energy. We love seeing you refreshed and energized because we know how much you pour into us every single day. I want to share two thoughts with you. I notice how you constantly give us chizuk, pleading with the olam not to fall from the daf, while continuously apologizing for technical difficulties, travel mishaps, or just being far away. Rebbe, I want to turn the script around today. Today, let us give chizuk to you. MDY, number one, MDY never sleeps, especially now during Ben Azmanim. MDY is literally running 24/7 across the globe because of time zones and different schedules, while Shabbos is coming in from one year to another, setting up the Gemara on the other side of the world. The learning literally never stops for even a single second. That is a massive, incredible schos, and it's all because of you, what you built. Two, increasing the weight at the gym. You always compare learning to going to the gym, building that steady, non-negotiable habit. When you travel, it feels like the intensity of the workout gets turned up. We're already on a roll, but this period where it takes extra effort is when the stretch further in the bench heavy ways. We're flexing those spiritual muscles. When you return, the oilam won't be weaker. The opposite, we're coming out of so much stronger, more resilient, and even more fiercely attached to the daf. I know how much weight you carry on your shoulders and how much effort goes into keeping MDY thriving. I dive for you every single day. Please keep doing what you do best, changing the world one yid at a time, one daf at a time. I miss you deeply, Rebbe. Psh. May this trip to Brazil bring overwhelming success in every way. Shkoyach. I hope to bring one more yid in this room to Torah. That's my goal. Every day, every time I meet a person, that's my thing. I try to convince him to do the daf, to change his life around. All right. You're also Klei Kodesh kind of guy. What do you do?
Just trying to do good.
What is that? That's key word for? You give it Daf Yomi. Ah, you see. The Daf Yomi guy recognizes another Daf Yomi person. All right. Sponsors. I have to do sponsors now. All right. Rabbi Isai, the official edition MDY Shas. So those of you who don't know, we have our own, here it is. We started translating the entire Shas starting from Horius. It's a very easy, simple to read, no hard words, a lot of pictures. Every daf comes with a QR code. You go on the QR code, you see the shir, you see the pictures, you see all the stuff. Big project. That's that. So the Masechta is sponsored by Zevin Yal Shulov. Perik Shvi, dedicated by the Benedict family. Perik Ches, Samlof, Pels, and Kend families, dedicated in memory of Gershom ben Menachem, Yosef ben Tzvi Hersh, Yitzchak ben Mendel, Aleim Shalom. So Yishkoyach to the Benedict family. Daf Kuf Gimel, Sprinzi Alan Gross, Linishma Sprinza Bas Rabbi Yosef Yusfa, and Linishma Fruma Bas Rabbi Yoman HaLevi. David Salomon, the Masechta, not the MDY Shas, but the Masechta itself, dedicated in memory of Avi Mori, Rishmol Baruch Ber Reb Chaim Tzvi Doi, Zuchron Levracha, Nifter Yud Zayin Iyar. The Masechta, the Palchik Family Foundation, may our Libanat Torah during the Ben Azmanim bring us closer to Megula V'Simcha. Anonymous, Aslach Baruch Niz V'Gashim, thank you to Chief Benny, here, this guy. Anonymous for complete refuah shleim and arichas yom Talei Bas Esther. Anonymous for complete refuah shleim and arichas yom. No, we said that. Monthly sponsors Chaim and Leah Levy in honor of the MDY family. We were just in their house in Muncie the other day. Anonymous for my birthday and schus for that tzlacha of my family. Baruch Li Begashmi. Shmili and Fegi Koenig in honor of Chaim Levy hosting MDY. Well, that's all b'chol yonim. The tzviz refuah shleim to Rivka. Noam Yasal Sheva Bat Yari Simon refuah shleim Avi Moiri Ben Baruch Miriam. Daily sponsors Paris Chaim Levin, Linishmas, Rav Avram Yaakov, and Rav Meir Akoin Zechitzak Levrocha, Rav Pam Zechitzak Levrocha. 25th yahrzeit is today. It's his father's nifter, like 10 days before Pam's. Monthly sponsors, we said this. Everything's messed up here. Because I couldn't download everything on the plane. I got a little bit. I couldn't do my things. Follow the DAF sponsors, a brand new sponsorship. Anonymous, somebody give an entire year. $9,000 a month. I don't know if that's the price, but that's what he's giving. $9,000 a month because, and he said like this, he uses it. It's the daf on the bottom of you see the daf. He says, I use it, I might as well pay for it. Refuah Shleima Tamar Ephraim ben Chayav Lima. Month. Rachel and Alex Katz, in honor of their beautiful children, may they grow in Ahavas HaTorah in Yerushalayim. Anonymous. Oh, what's this? MDY Shidduch Initiative.
It's available online. You can actually.
This is a new one. There's a lot of stories, but we have to learn a little Torah. So Anonymous, Zivig Hogam Mekar of Mamish Lishana Bracha Bashalames Chaim David Ben Shalames, the MDY Shidduch Initiative. It's to keep it. Rabbi Isai, send in resumes, send in even if you're St. Paulo, Brazil, Hasidim, Litvaks, doesn't matter. We do it all. Modern Orthodox, everything. Month, Kinnovations LLC as a schus v'akiva Simcha ben Fegi and Rivka Yehudis, Bas, Yafa Chai and our kids too. MDY Art, we're almost done. Refuah Shleima Mordechai ben Esther, Refuah Sayel, Daniel Zev ben Ayel Des. Okay, we're having too much fun here. We have to learn a little Torah. We actually have to finish the parak. That's what we have to do. Can't leave the parak for tomorrow. So let me ask you a question. If a person, in order to be over nevela, over menachai, all these things, you have to eat a kazayis. So let me stop throwing out a question. Don't play, if he's asking the question, obviously think what the halacha should be. If a person takes a kazayis, splits it in half, eats a half a kazayis, and 10 seconds later eats another half a kazayis, is he over or not over? What makes sense? L'chayr should be over, why not? Huh? Everybody's thinking here, why? You think it's a trick question? Huh? Turkey, I said 10 seconds. Turkey de Achilas Pras. Achilas Pras is 3 minutes, very good. The Ilm's holding over here. Achilas Pras minimum is 3 minutes, 9 minutes, between 3 and 9 minutes. 10 seconds. Half a kazayis, and then another half a kazayis. You're not going to believe what the Gemara says. There's a shita, the machlokes actually, shita that's, you're not over. But here, it gets even better. What if a person eats a half a kazayis and throws up into a cup? I know it's gross, but we gotta push some buttons here. And after he throws up, he takes the cup and drinks it back. Is that a kazayis or not a kazayis? Do we look at it as one half that he just ate twice, or it's a full kazayis, and according to the Mandomer that he could do one after the other, he ate a kazayis. What do you tayina? Nobody wants to try?
Just keep it down, no?
Why do you have to keep it down? So that's a shaila over here. What's an achila? Is achila enjoying it in your mouth, or is it an achila in your stomach? So if the achila is in your mouth, you'd be over such a thing. But eating a half kazayis, throwing it up to a point where it didn't go through the whole digestive system, and eat again. Just interesting stuff that we're going to see today. Very cool things. Omar Rabbi Yochanan. Says Rabbi Yochanan. We're holding the Kuf Beis on Beis. That's right. I forgot. We're in a new place. 14 lines from the bottom. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 lines from the bottom. I can't trust you anymore when you say you had 71,000 matches. It's really 70. Omar Rabbi Yochanan, L'soichal ha-nefesh im ha-basar, ze iver min ha-chai. So if you look over here, you might be able to see it on the screen. The pasuk of Eiver min ha-chai is L'soichal ha-nefesh im ha-basar. We take the word nefesh, we split it in two. Ha-nefesh im ha-basar, nefesh, something that's still alive, but when you cut it off, it's not alive anymore. L'soichal ha-nefesh im ha-basar, that's Eiver min ha-chai. The next pasuk, Ubasar basada treifa leisechelu. Just want to see. Yeah. The first pasuk actually is the in Parshas Shavua. We just read it on Shabbos. The makar of Eiver min ha-chai. V'leisechel nefesh basar. But the next pasuk is in Shmois. Ubasar basada treifa leisechelu. So Rabbi Yochanan holds Zeh basar min ha-chai. It's different than Eiver min ha-chai. Eiver min ha-chai means a whole limb, with the sinews, with the muscles, with the bones. This is machlokes rishonim. What if you have an aver that has no bones, like the heart, a liver? Okay, but basar is different. Just a piece of flesh, a geshmak, a piece of steak, without any bones, without anything. Min ha-chai, from a live animal. So from this pasuk of basar basada treifa l'isachelu, that this animal is a treifa. Shouldn't eat from it. The basar min ha-chai, ubasar min ha-treifa. Two halachas. Basar from a living animal and basar meat from a treifa. Why? Because what he learns is ubasar basada, and then he learns treifa leisechelu. So the pasuk is telling us two different things. There's a ubasar basada and treifa leisechelu is a different halacha of treifa. Fine. That's Rabbi Yochanan. So let's pay attention. Rabbi Yochanan says Eiver min ha-chai. The pasuk of Eiver min ha-chai only teaches one halacha. The pasuk of basar basada treifa teaches two halachas. Rish Lakish says the opposite. Let's see if I can get there. The pasuk of Eiver min ha-chai teaches us two halachas according to Rish Lakish. The pasuk of basar basada treifa is only one halacha. Let's see inside. Shimon ben Lakish Amar L'soichal ha-nefesh im ha-basar ze'ever min ha-chai ubasar min ha-chai. Two halachas. Ubasar basada treifa leisechelu ze'basar min ha-treifa. The first pasuk teaches us eiver min ha-chai, but also basar min ha-chai, which are very similar. That's the pasuk of eiver min ha-chai, says Rish Lakish. Ubasar basada treifa pshutik mashmai. It's only talking about an animal. What's a treifa? What's a treifa? We had a whole parak here. An animal that's not going to live according to one shita for 12 months. It has a hole in the heart. It has, we did a live shchita demonstration in Eretz Yisrael, the sirchus on the lung, different things, different holes, different things. Okay. Now, ochal eiver min ha-chai ubasar min ha-chai. Let's look at the chart for a second. Let's look at this one. If you ate eiver min ha-chai and basar min ha-chai, it's two different psukim. You see, eiver min ha-chai is one pasuk according to Rabbi Yochanan, and basar min ha-chai is another pasuk. So obviously, according to Rabbi Yochanan, you be over on two different lavin. Yeah, there's a hasra, eidim, the whole thing. They warn you. Oh, chalev min ha-chai basar min ha-chai. Rabbi Yochanan chayiv shtayim. Rabbi Shimon ben Lakish ein chayiv elachas. Now let's go to Rish Lakish for a second. Look at Rish Lakish. Basar min ha-chai and eiver min ha-chai is in one pasuk. So if it's in one pasuk, you only over one. Very pashat. Achal basar min ha-chai ubasar min ha-treifa. So here we're in Rish Lakish right now. How many are you over now? Basar min achai, meat from a live animal, and basar from a treifa. 2 psukim, chayiv 2. Let's go to Rabbi Yochanan now. Basar min achai and basar treifa, how many are chayiv? 1. It's all, yeah? When you have these slides, it's a lot easier, no? It makes it clear. Ochal levi min achai u basar min achai l'rir chayiv shtayim l'rishim v'lokash in achai v'lachas. Ochal basar min achai u basar min treifa. Oh. Basar min achai, did I do that? Yeah. I did that. L'rishim v'lokash chayiv shtayim l'rir in achai v'lachas. Ochal, 2 lines from the bottom. Ochal ever min achai u basar min treifa. Ever min achai u basar min treifa. Without looking at any charts, what should it be? Ever min achai is 1 pasuk. Treifa is for sure another pasuk. Nobody argues that those are 2 different psukim. Rabbi Yochanan and Rish Lakish, here, I'm going to show you Rish Lakish now. Ever min achai is 1 pasuk, and basar treifa is another pasuk. Ever min achai is 1 pasuk, basar min treifa. So l'chayra, if you eat those 2, you should be chayiv 2. The problem is, we have a little problem here. Huh? No, that's not, we're not going into that. The Oil's holding, I like it. Tell me the Chacham here. Okay? That it's 2 different psukim, according to everybody. According to Rabbi Yochanan, it's 2 different psukim, chayiv 2. If he ate Eivir min achai, he ate a whole limb, he ripped off the leg of a chai, and it's a treifa. It says before, that's pashat, chayiv 2. The problem is, Reb Shimon Lakish Omar chayiv alachas. Oivei, what do we do? Why chayiv 1? According to Rabbi Yochanan, it's pashat. It's 2 different psukim, chayiv 2 different isur. El Reb Shimon Lakish kasha. Why in the world Rish Lakish? Let's go back to Rish Lakish here. Eivir min achai is the pasuk on the right. Basar treifa is the pasuk on the left. How could Rish Lakish hold the only chayiv 1? Omer Rav Yosef Likashi. Kam bebehema achas, kam b'shtei behemois. There's a difference between 1 animal and 2 animals. B'shtei behemois b'chayiv shtayim. If it comes from 2 animals, there's a treifa and 1 animal, and there's an eivir min achai from a 2nd animal. Okay, chayiv 2. Bebehema achas pligi. But if it comes from 1 animal, that's where Shlakish argues. Why? Bebehema achas b'may pligi. The problem is, what's the difference if it's 1 animal? If it's 1, it's still 2 psukim that tell you you're not allowed to do these 2 isurim. So you should be chayiv 2 malchus. Why does Rish Lakish say that if it comes from 1 animal, you're potter? You're only chayiv 1. Omar Abaya, we have a few pshatim here. Okay? Hold cup here. Very simple. Everything is simple. Omar Abaya kegoin shenitrifo in yitzias rubo. Givaldik. This animal was born a treifa. Born a treifa. But when does the Eivir min achai happen? So it depends. There was a machlokes that we spoke about yesterday. Is a live animal the default of a live animal? How do you say default in Hebrew? יפה. איך אתה מדרגם טוב?
גם פורטוגזית טוב.
ברירת מחדל. You ever heard of this word? ברירת מחדל. Okay, the default. The default you heard? Because they know from computers probably, these Israelis. זה לא default. Okay, so, I'm still holding in the charts from the plane. Look at this, he did a givaldik, he kept on going. Everything is klar. Rabbi Yochanan says 2, Rish Lakish says 1. I don't have to go back and forth. Oy vavoy, I messed it up. Okay, the Hebrew one will be good. According to Rish Lakish, 2, he brings the psukim, he shows you everything. It's so givaldik. Okay, fine. Next time. I call upon him. There's a shiloh, when an animal is born, do we view it as if it's cut up into pieces? Cut up, that's the default. It's chopped up. Why? Because every animal, what do you do with an animal? At the end of Lachamei V'Esrim of the animal, what do you do with it? You chop it up into pieces. So Mele, it's born chopped up into pieces. Do we view it as if it's chopped up into pieces? Nafgemina, that it's a Eivir min achai the moment it's born. Each Eivir is Eivir min achai. You don't view it as it's one animal. No, it's parts. So when this animal, Abai says, is born a treifa. Born a treifa, that means treifa came first. Now, if Aver min achai comes after it's born, when you rip off a limb, that's a problem. Ein isur chalal isur. But if the Aver min achai happens when it's born, so when it's born it's a treifa, when it's born it's Aver min achai. So it happens simultaneously. How do you say simultaneously in Portuguese? Really? It's mamish simultánea, yeah, whatever, something like that. How do you say it in Hebrew? Okay. Simultánea. כן, simultánea, יש כזה דבר בעברית? Okay. So let's see inside. It became a treifa. The birth caused it to become a treifa. Ripped something off. Its lung got punctured while it was born. So maybe it's born a treifa. The second it's born, it's considered that each aver is by itself, and therefore there's an aver menachai the moment it's born. The moment it's born, it's also treifa, so it happens simultani. V'isur treifa, v'isur aver v'isur aver ba'adei adodi kasu. They come together. And the other Badawan says that's the whole machlokes here. He says no, an animal is not born aver menachai. Treifa came first, and aver menachai comes second. You can't put one isur on top of another isur. Let's see what he did here. I'm seeing this for the first time. I apologize because, like I said, on the plane I had internet, but it just wouldn't download. It was born. You see, it's the nitrifa. It has a nail inside its stomach, so it's treif. And aver menachai happened together in one box. The Shoka says no. Aver menachai happens later. The treifa happened first. Aver menachai happens much later. So since it happened much later, you can't put one isser on top of another isser. Once this piece of meat has the isser to it, that's it. It's one isser. You can't put another one afterwards. Now we're going to go and say either everybody holds like this or everybody holds like that, and then we'll come up with another teretz. Everybody holds that an animal when it's born is not aver menachai each aver. So this is also a sword that we had yesterday and the day before. Aver menachai is a very, very strong isser. How do I know? Because it was asr to b'nei noyach. Before Matan Torah it was already asr. So since it's so powerful, it could apply itself on top of another isser. So the animal was born a treifa. Later on, it became aver menachai, but it's such a powerful isser that even a goy before Matan Torah was asr in it. So Mela, I could put it on top of another smaller isser. Masava also isser aver chayla isser treifa. You could do isser chayla isser when it's a strong one. Masava also isser aver chayla isser treifa. V'hibayseim and another pshat. The good news is, if you're not paying attention now, we're going to do this whole sugi again, like a freebie. So either you pay attention now, and you don't have to pay attention later, or you can pay attention both. You can do whatever you want. No, everybody holds that an animal is born as an aver menachai. So then what's the problem? If it was born a treifa and it's born an aver menachai, so they both come together. No, we're not going with Abaya. The treifa happened later on in its life. He probably did one of these charts. I don't think we need it. Or whatever. Okay. Could, once the animal is born as an aver menachai, can you add another isser called treifa on top of the aver menachai? You could do isser chal isser. He holds no, there's no problem with isser chal isser. It's born as a aver menachai. Later on in life, it became a treifa. Add another, so why not give him 80 malchus instead of 40? And the other man says no, ein isser chal isser. You can only give him one. Rav Amar Kigoin. Here I have a chart here for this one. What does he say? Kigoin shetolash mimeno aver utrafa boy. As he made the aver menachai, that's how he became a treifa. By pulling off its leg over the knee, let's say. Minar kuva lamala we learned is a treifa. Okay, so as he pulls off the aver, he becomes a treifa. Mar sova behema b'chaya leivorim eno yimedes. An animal is not born as an aver menachai. Therefore, isser aver isser treifa about the adodi kasu. When the animal is 5 months old, somebody ripped its leg off, As he ripped his leg off, he became a treif and it's Eiver Menachai in 1 second. But wait a minute, if he's born with the Eiver Menachai, so it didn't become a treifa together with Eiver Menachai. But if he's not born with the Eiver Menachai, you hold that he's not Leivar Memedes, so the treifa and the Eiver Menachai happen simultaneously later on in its life. So we had one pshat that it happened simultaneously when it's born. Rava says no, it happened simultaneously later on in its life. Here comes the freebie. It's the same sugya over again, just talking about something similar. But it's the same idea over and over. Listen to this. Ochal, the guy wants to be over. He's like a bad guy. He's having a bad day. He wants to show Hashem, Ochal chaylev minachai minatrefa. He wants to be over as many yisurim as he can in one shot. I had a friend, one of my best friends actually. He started. I said this a lot because the mamish hurts me. He came. We invited him for Shabbos right after Yom Kippur, and I opened the door and he goes, "We ate a hamburger on Yom Kippur," and he was in excitement. He became an atheist later, and he still is, I think. This guy, he wants to eat chaylev from a live animal and treifa. So how many yisurim is he over? L'chayr should be over 3. So the Gemara says no, he's only over 2, and we have to understand why. According to Rabbi Yochanan, ochal chaylev minachai, minat treifa, again, it's chaylev, it's fat that's forbidden. The animal is still alive, so it's mamish ever minachai. And not only that, the animal is a treifa. So you're over on bosav asada treifa. Omalei Rabami, only chayv 2. Omalei Rabami, v'lei mamar shalish. Why 2? It should be 3. Shani oimer shalish. What does shani oimer shalish mean? I know in the name of Rabbi Yochanan, the Rabbi Yochanan said 3. So why are you saying in the name of Rabbi Yochanan only 2? Itmanami. Here it says Mefurish. Rabbi Yochanan holds shalish. And Rabbi Chia Barabba says in the name of Rabbi Yochanan shtaim. So which one is it? So we're doing the whole sugi. Rabbi say sorry. Some people are going to enjoy it. It's mamash a freebie. It's easy now. What happened was the moment it was born, it was a treifa. Memela, that's a machlokes. Is the Eiver Menachai, did it happen when it was born, or does the Eiver Menachai happen later? So if it happens later, you're not going to be over an Eiver Menachai. That's why you're only over 2 of Eiris, not 3. At the moment he's born, there's Eiver Menachai. So Memela, the Issa Chelev, Issa Eiver, Issa Treifa, all 3 of them happen simultaneously. But they're Dodi Kasu. You're holding? Okay, mitzuyan. So the other man says no, an animal's not born with Eiver Menachai. So what was this animal born with? Chelev and Treifa. So mainly only over on 2. It's a chaylev, it's a treifa. Ika is a loy osi chayil. Yiboy seima. By the way, Stamaz, I'm thinking now, it just passed through my mind, so I'm going to say it. Before we started learning Chullin, Menachem Toka gets on the radio. He has the most popular, show in Eretz Yisrael. He says, Rabbi says you should start Chullin. It's a very hard mesechta. First of all, even if it is, you don't tell people that. No, why would somebody want to learn a very hard mesechta? But I like Menachem, it's the easiest mesechta. It's mamish easy. And with all the pictures that we've done, and then he called me up to tell me I have charata. It's taki easy. Menachem.
Right, yes.
Is it easy or hard? Which one is it?
Easiest masech.
Okay, I have no idea where we're holding now. We said it. An animal is not born with Eiver Menachai. And so what's the shaila? Same thing like we had in the sugi right before. And it literally goes in the same order also. Can Eiver Menachai jump on top of the other 2 yisurim? Why should Eiver Menachai go on top of 2 other yisurim? Because it's a Issa Chomer. How do I know it's Issa Chomer? Because Bnei Noach were chayiv in it. It's not a good enough reason to put it on top. Or you could go the other route. Say no. Everybody holds that an animal is born with Eiver Menachai. No, so if the animal is born with Eiver Menachai, so it's born with Eiver Menachai, so you should be over in Eiver Menachai. The treifa happened when it was 5 months old. Oh, so according to this pshat, it's a little different. Ever Menachai for sure over. Chaylev you for sure over. The question is, are you over the third Isser of Treifa? And what's the question? Can Treifa go on top of Ever Menachai and Chaylev? You see that Treifa goes on top of Chaylev. How do I see it? Because it says in the pasuk, look at this pasuk. The Gemara says, "V'chaylev nevela, v'chaylev Treifa yiyasal chama, v'chaylo yisechlu." Why does the Torah repeat itself? V'chaylo yisechlu. Because if you do eat a chaylev of a nevela, you chayiv two. You're not only chayiv a nevela, you also chayiv. You're not only chayiv for chaylev, you also chayiv for nevela. So the Gemara says same idea by us. From the fact that the Torah says in pasuk Chav Dalet over here, that you're over two isurim, not just chaylev, but you're also over a nevela. You eat chaylev of a dead animal. And I'm saying this for you guys here in Brazil, because maybe somebody didn't hear it. There was a lot of confusion when we were learning this. So I want to say this bekitzer. Every animal that dies without shechita is an avela. And it gives tumah. So a dead horse gives tumah, and a dead cat gives tumah. And so does a dead sheep and a dead cow. They give tumah. But if you shecht a sheep and you shecht a cow, there's no tumah. What about a mouse? Does a mouse give tumah? Obviously. It's a sheretz. What about... So in shrotzim, the shmoyne shrotzim, they give tumah. Let's say a snake is a sheretz, doesn't give tumah. So in the shrotzim, that's where people get confused. But in animals, a lion gives off tumah. A dead elephant gives off tumah. And even more than that, we have to remember, dead cows give off tumah if they weren't shechted. Oh. So Mela says the Gemara, it's a dead cow, but the dead cow has inside of it fat that's also for you to eat. Those fat, if you eat that fat, you're over on two, chaylev and nevela. So Mamela by also v'yava isa treifa yochol al isa chaylev. So by also when a person ate treifa chaylev ever menachai, the isa of treifa just like nevela, it's in the same pasuk. You see this? I really should have underlined the chaylev treifa yasa. The chaylev nevela, the chaylev treifa, it's in the same pasuk. So treifa could apply itself to nevela. So too treifa also applies itself to chaylev and ever menachai, and that's why you're over three. That this pasuk is special. That chaylev works like that. Why? Because there are some. What animal you're allowed to eat all its chaylev? Huh? You guys don't know? The chaya. What's a chaya? Like a deer, venison. You're allowed to eat all the chaylev. So since the Torah gave it a heter, that's different than treifa. So I would say that treifa, it's not chal on it at all. Daf Kuf Gimel on base. Oh, so when we turn the Amud, here comes the very interesting questions. But I do want to say the turning of the Daf, sponsored by Adar Global and Schus Tamati, who's sitting right over here, and the MDY Shidduch team, may all turn the page to a new chapter soon. We're going to hear Be'ezer Hashem soon Shidduchim one after another. You can't wait to spend. It's going to happen soon. Are you allowed to say how many times they went out? The number one.
People dating waited for a few weeks.
A few weeks? It's only 2 weeks. This whole thing. They went on day one.
No, they went out.
Oh, it's almost 3 weeks. No, where was it? Yesterday's 3 weeks. Wow. Time flies.
Hopefully it's my daughter, so I can just give it to everyone.
Is she dating? There's something we need to know. Encore Healthcare has a schus for Klal Yisrael. Huh?
We'll find someone else like Bella.
mdydaf.com/shidduch. So if you want to upload the resume, you just go to mdydaf.com and look for there's a shidduch tab over there. Yossi says yes, and you put the resume in there. And then the magic happens. As soon as the resume goes in, it works day and night for you because it's AI. So AI doesn't go to sleep. And when a new person puts a thing in, it'll match it again. Automatic. The whole time it's working for you. This one girl wrote you a thing. You want to say what she wrote?
Somebody wasn't getting suggestions.
She wasn't getting suggestions. Now she feels geschmack. She's not married, but she's getting suggestions. At least somebody cares about her. AI cares about her.
It's not AI. It's the fact that there's suggestions.
Let me tell you, because you guys are in a good mood. We had a guy in Chicago. I'm going to say this Rav, why not? He's sitting there. He's a quiet guy. He's 65 years old. He was married 30 years ago for a very short tkufa, and he needs a shidduch. So I said, no, did you put it in? He says, yeah, I put it in. They read me another man.
Make sure you register as a man.
You have to register as a man, as a woman. There's a mistake on their part. AI doesn't make that mistake. AI doesn't make that mistake.
Multiple people called me with that, and I said,
Really?
yeah, you registered as
He wasn't the only person.
because they registered as the wrong,
Wow.
click the wrong button when they do.
Maybe they're telling you, listen, don't even bother. Chas v'shalom. Okay. Ki asa, we're holding. Ki asa Rav Dimi. Here we go. Super interesting questions now. You hear what's going on here? This is crazy. You take an Eiver min achai, a kazai is this big of Eiver min achai, chop it in half, and eat one half, and then eat another half. If you were to ask me before I prepared this Gemara, even though I gave share on this last time, I would say, why not? What's the difference? So let me see if I have this. I didn't have Kobe on the plane. I had to do this myself, so it's not as beautiful as it usually is. Listen to what Rashi says. It's very important. That's what you said. You said Kidei Achilles Pras. All Achilles in the Torah, you don't matzah. You don't have to eat the whole kazayis, swallow it in one shot. You take a half a kazayis, put it in your mouth, half a kazayis, and you yoitza. So why all of a sudden now not? Or Dilma Kivin the Chidushu, says Rashi, explains beautifully. Because this whole thing is a Chidush. When you eat bones of a treifa animal, you're not chayiv anything. You can eat the bones of a horse, you're not chayiv. But the Chidush of Eiver min achai is that you're over if you eat the bones and the sinews of the animal together with the meat. So why is such a Chidush? Maybe, listen, and it's not a maybe. He says, yeah, that's how it is. It's the Chiddush. Achila means in one shot, half not, and usually I have to come on to a Chiddush. The whole Eiver min achai is a Chiddush. Maybe half and half, you're not over. Omar Lei, listen to this. Says Rabbi Yochanan, the Gol Adar, Potter. If you eat one half and then another half, even though it's Terch Kidei Achilas Pras, you do it within a few seconds, you Potter. So he asks him, and what if he did it in his mouth? He put in a whole kazayis in his mouth, and in his mouth he chopped it with his teeth, and then he ate half and half. Omar Lei Chayiv, that you Chayiv. That's also not so posh, says the Gemara. Also, Rav and Omar, Chilka Mibachutz Potter. If you divide it up outside, I agree with Rabbi Yochanan that if you didn't eat the whole kazayis in one shot, you Potter. Mibifnim, Rabbi Yochanan Chayiv, Rish Lakish, Potter. But if you did inside your mouth, I have a machlokes Rabbi Yochanan and Rish Lakish. Rabbi Yochanan, listen to this. This is very important. Rabbi Yochanan, this is what I was telling Mati before. Rabbi Yochanan Chayiv Arei Nehena Groina B'Kazayis. Rabbi Yochanan says the main part of eating is what your mouth tastes. Your taste buds. What's achila? What happens afterwards? Once it goes down your throat, it doesn't matter to us. In your mouth. So Lamaisa, he put a whole kazayis in his mouth. He enjoyed a whole kazayis. It needs to go into your stomach. You have to be satiated. And how did it go into your stomach? The wrong way. Half and half. Half and half is not good enough. Elo asked the Gemara a bomb question. Let me just show you this.
How does it ever happen?
Oh, that's exactly what the Gemara is asking now. Check this out.
Aqui, meu amigo, experimenta o melhor lanche da praia.
He cut it up outside. And then there's another one. Inside his mouth, he divided it. This we didn't get to.
36, 37, 38.
Oh. So now you're zoich to see what we do. In the middle of the shir, when you have a harder sugya, we give you a little video like this. The Olam laughs, and we go, we're serious again. But we give a little break. Lamai said that we all have a little kid in us that we wish that in Cheder we had this. Is that your kid over there? No, whose kid is that? Yeah. He's not going to want to go to school tomorrow. He's having so much fun. Okay, so says the Gemara, and it's in Portuguese. You saw that? The Olam's holding. Ask the Gemara bomb question. Once you chew it in your mouth, how are you going to eat? You have to chew. And when you chew, you cut it in half. You cut it in half. These guys are still smiling. Look, these guys, they're still smiling. They're still enjoying themselves. The first experience of MDY. This is garnished. Wait until you see it. Okay, so in the mouth itself, you broke it up. So, and then once you swallowed it, you're telling me it has to be in the stomach, it has to be whole. Mamash reminds me of my mother. I guess all your mothers did this. When you used to fight with your brother, that your piece is broken, the cookie's broken, but in your stomach, it breaks up anyways. I hated when she said it. In your mouth, it breaks up anyways. Oh, taka, breaks up anyways. So you're not eating kizayis. There's a little tiny bone that has a little flesh on the kaf hayerach, on the round part where Rabbi Mitai ben David, if you remember from a few days ago, he went like this, the kaf. So there's a little bone over there, and that you could eat in one shot. If you cut it, he argues on this whole thing. Not true, he says. And the halach, it seems like him, it says there's a tzion over here, there's Shulchan Aruch. If you break it up outside of the body, and you eat half and half, you're chayiv. Mechusa kriva lav ki mechusa maisa dami. Just because they're not close to each other, that's two pieces, it doesn't mean that it's missing in the maisa and the action of eating a kazayis. He ate a kazayis, and so what if it was split? Omer Rabbi Shimon Lakish, I hope you're not eating stuff now. This is ganz gewaldig. Kazayis omer chutz mishel ben hashinayim. You have to eat a kazayis. Now, if a piece gets stuck between your teeth and you didn't floss, so you don't have a kazayis. Why? Because you have to swallow a whole kazayis. You didn't swallow a kazayis. You swallowed minus whatever's between your teeth. We just said, according to Rish Lakish, right? According to Rabbi Yochanan, it's what you taste in your mouth. But according to Rish Lakish, you have to swallow it. It never went down your pipes. It got stuck in your teeth. Rabbi Yochanan says, no, you have to taste it. Afterwards, it went between your teeth, okay, but you're already over on the kazayis when you tasted it. Everybody agrees that you're not over if it's between the teeth. How do you say chanichayim in Portuguese? Chanichayim is like the palate up there. It's like gingivitis. That's where it comes from. Gingivitis comes from. How do you know? Stop. Gingiva. Wow. Listen.
From now, the mechlok is not never menachai. From now, the mechlok is not only never menachai.
Yeah, it's in everything. It's in the veil and everything. Yeah. You're right. It's everything. I just got to tell you, like, when I don't know if you're familiar, people that live in New York, they think that the whole world is in New York. They don't even get married to people from Chicago. My wife's from Chicago. Like, it doesn't even exist. They don't even know what it is. I remember, like, people. We had guests from Chicago. I can't make it from New York for Shabbos. Seminary girls. Is it a different state? Is it a different country? What? They don't even know. They don't know. They think that outside of Borough Park, Flatbush, it's like a different. I'm telling you now, that's what I feel now. I came here. I thought I'm going to see, like, I don't know what, weird people from the Amazon. I don't know. No, you're asking to me. These guys look like regular. They fit like into any shul in Eretz Yisrael. It doesn't like normal people.
They're imported.
You're fooling me. You mean tomorrow I'm gonna have a few surprises.
That's the beauty.
I'm still in shock, man. This is like these are.
That's the beauty.
No, but they're wearing the same clothes, the same haircuts, the same everything. You would think no.
It's funny, when I went to Israel,
Bar next to Australia.
Yeah. Sorry, so the chanichayim on the palate on top. Mar savar nehena groin b'kizayis. L'maisa yada no. That's when Shinaim for sure not. But the Chanichaim, that's where you have Anah, and is that enough for anything? Like you said, Nevela, but we're not talking about, not to confuse Dailam. Every Menachai, Nevela, Chaleb, all these things, yeah. Omer Rabasi, Omer B'Yochna. Ochal Chatzi Zayis V'Hikiyoi. Oh, Gishmak. Some people, you just hear the word, you want to throw up. A person ate a half a gezayis and he vomited it up. V'chozar v'ocha chatzi zayis acher. And then he went and he ate another chatzi zayis. Chayev. My taima. Harei nehena groine b'kezayis. At the end of the day, he had a no in his throat. So Rashi says over here, V'tam shnei chatzoi zaysim. V'hod the Rebbe asi pli other Rav Dimi v'rov and the Amri le'ev mishmei Rabbi Yochanan cholka b'chutz potter. The question that everybody should be asking is, didn't Rabbi Yochanan say a minute ago that if you split half and then another half, you're not chayiv at all? And all of a sudden now he ate a half and he ate another half and now he's chayiv. He says, he's mechulak. He argues on that Gemara over there. And Rashi just goes on to explain something very special. That what we're talking about, enjoying it, benefiting it, like a piece of chocolate in your mouth. Right? He already tasted the two halves. So what if it's one after another? He had a good anah in his mouth. It was still within the amount of time that he's supposed to eat it, within 3 to 9 minutes. Now Rashi's mechadish that when, according to the shita, that you have to have a benefit in your kishkas, then it means to be satiated in the mayim, not to taste it in the mayim. So if a half went in, and then you spit it up, and then another half went in, that's not satiated in the mayim, and that's why. And on that, it's considered only eating a half a gezayis. Says Gemara, Boy Rebbe Elazar Rabasi. Ochal chatzi zayis. So Rebbe Elazar asked Rabasi. So we have to remember this. Rebbe Elazar seems to be the Talmud of Ravasi, the Rebbe. Ochal chatzi zayis v'ikiyoi v'chozar v'acholoi mau. Oy vavoy. So we have, of course, when you have a sugi like this, my artists are going to go to work. We have 7 full-time artists that do AI. So let me show you one of their things.
I'm so hungry. Bro, the beach here is full of trash. Who knows if this fish swallowed a bag, a nail, or something? Oh, come on. I'm hungry.
Yeah, this is just... Oh, this is Shachar himself.
Clear the way!
He put himself in there.
Swallowed the nail!
I found it.
That's Yossi Shachar. That's how.
But that's not all. There's also what appears to be a cat's toe that he must have eaten at lunch.
Oh no, he deserves Malkois.
No. It's too small. It would have to be twice this size.
It's Chatzi Zayis.
Oh, I'm hungry.
Boy, Rebbe Elazar Rabasi. Ochal chatzi zayis v'kiyoi v'choz v'acholoi, and then he ate it again. What's the echetin? So why would somebody do something like that? Here, Michael Boyle. What's the question? You have equal, you have equal. What's the question? Whether that's considered digesting it or not. B'ti boyle kizayis. So then he should have asked on a why half a kizayis and ask on a kizayis. If a person ate a full kizayis and he's chayiv malchus, and then he threw it up and he ate it again without knowing. He didn't chap that he threw it up for whatever reason. Is he chayiv 2 malchus on the same kizayis? Elo, ibasa gren azlinon, ibasa me'ev azlinon. V'tishnem the Ravasi. So you should bring a raya from Ravasi that what? That has to do with the mouth, with tasting it. Says Gemara, Rabasi Gemara Yakelei. So Gemara tells us a ma'aseh here. Rabasi forgot his learning. We see it by Rav Yosef. A lot of, you get older, unfortunately. He forgot his learning. So he didn't want to be rude, Rebbe Elazar. He didn't want to oh, you said it. So he, sometimes when people forget, a little hint, that's all you need, a little something. So then he said, why do you, so he asked him, why do you need another half a zayis? You should have asked in the whole Zayis. Shamina Mina, you could learn two things from here. Shamina Mina, delay have equal. First of all, the fact that if you throw up a whole kazayis and eat it getting chayv too, you see that that's not considered digesting. They just, what's the word I'm looking for? They just did. V'shamina Mina, the harinena groyim kazayis. And the reason why you're chayv, you need two things. First of all, it has to be that it's not digested, and also you have to have anah both times. So you see both things. Ishtik v'loy omar le v'loy midi. So Ravasi didn't answer him. Omar le, so Rabbi Elazar said, Moifes hadar, you're the Gadol hadar. You gave him a little covet. You're Gadol hadar. Lizinin sagina amar kamei de Rabbi Yochanan. Didn't you say this halach in front of Rabbi Yochanan? V'amar lach, harinehen groyim kazayis. I'm going to remind you that you yourself said this to Rabbi Yochanan, and Rabbi Yochanan said you had enough from the kazayis. In other words, he's masking yichayv too. Hadron aloch gidanoshe, yishkoyach. Have a wonderful day.
Merit the schus of spreading Torah throughout the world. Sponsor a shir today. MDYsponsor.com or sponsor at MDYDaf.com.